Razor here. I'm gonna go down the road right on Route 60 outside of St. Albans, West Virginia. There's two really good potential cars for the Barn Find 5000. So a lot of people have told me, I can't find the car, I can't find this, I can't find that, or they're too expensive. The cars are out there. You just gotta open your eyes, go out there and look a little bit, get outside of your routine and your comfort zone, and just go out there and ask. You might see a car sitting in a field and be like, hey, can I borrow that car, get it running, race it in my race, and bring it back? I mean, anything is possible. So, gonna go check these cars out. I don't know how much they want for them. They do have for sale signs on them, which is, you know, always dangerous, but saw an old Monte Carlo out there. Looks like it's real crusty. And then I saw a Blazer out there that looks like it's been sitting in the bushes for quite a minute. So, I'm gonna go check these out, and I don't know, maybe we can snag them up for next to nothing. If not, we'll forward them to you guys, and maybe one of you guys will go pick it up and race in the race. In addition to that, I have a whole mess of t-shirts back there in the house from size small to 4X. So we got Barn Find 5000 t-shirts. We have the OG logo shirts. So check them out. We'll have them at the event. So come see us July 29th at 52 Dragway in Fort Gay, West Virginia. We're really excited. So let's do this. All right, there's number one Barn Find. Let's see, it says on the sign, it says $1,000 needs fuel pump. It really doesn't look like that bad of a Blazer. I might jump out and take a look at it. I don't know about filming on these people's property because they don't know who I am, but it does have a phone number on it. I might call and see what they think.
A few minutes later.
All right, that one's a little rough, not gonna lie. Not the vehicle, I think the vehicle will be okay, but it has a 2017 sticker on it, so it might be a little hard to get running. It's a EFI car, and you know, they're kind of complicated. Carburetors are really the way to go, which is why I'm stopping and looking at that guy right there. It's an old Monte Carlo, looks real crispy, real crusty, which is dead on exactly what I want to see in this race. Hold on, there's 64 cars coming. Still coming. Still coming.
One eternity later.
I'm not sure what the condition underneath of that thing is. Looks like all four tires are flat, which is great. Really rusty, windshield's cracked. It's rough, not gonna lie, it's a rough car. But there's a sign on the other car back here. I'm gonna call the number. I don't know what they want for this thing, but unless they're delusional, which is always a possibility, that car ain't worth much. It is toasty. I don't know what those cars came with, small block, big block, don't know. If it's a Chevrolet and it's got a small block and a carburetor on it, it will run, very confident. So I think I'm gonna back up and get this phone number. There may be somebody in there that I can talk to about this thing and see what they want for it. Let's give them a ring, see if we can't get an answer. Hey, I'm just out here. I saw this Monte Carlo out here at the lot here. I was gonna see what y'all got going on with that.
Well, it's literally a car that was left on a piece of property that my dad had bought. He just, we kind of just waiting to see what we were going to do with it. But if you're interested in it, I don't know, what would you take for it, Dad? $500.
Okay.
It's got a good motor and transmission. The motor, I tried to turn it over, but it didn't turn over. That's the last I tried to do anything.
Did you turn it over by hand or with the battery?
I tried, but I think I know they drove it in there and parked it, because I know the family that up there when the guy died and they bought everything. I know they pulled it in and parked it. Okay. But I haven't tried to turn it over by hand, honestly.
I got you.
You know that they drove it from North Carolina and parked it probably 20 years ago, Dad. And so it's, even in the end, if you want to take a look at it, you're welcome to. I can come down. I can be down there in like 5 minutes if you want me to, man. Okay, if you come around to the back side on where the gate, you see the electric gate back there over the concrete?
Right.
Yeah, just give me a couple minutes. I'll be down there.
All right, I'll meet you on the back side there.
All right, buddy.
All right, bud.
Later.
You find a more perfect vehicle for what we're looking for than that, I'll give you a real stern high five. I don't know what. I don't have anything to give. I've spent all my money. All right, sorry, I had to get away from the traffic. I can't think of a better car than that for the Barn Find 5000. It's crispy, it's crunchy, it needs tires desperately. I have to look at it and see how far gone it is. It's really rough, but he said the car has been sitting 25 years or so. What I want in this race is vice grip garage style, junkyard dig style, Dylan McCool, you find a car somewhere and fix it and make it run. Now, does it have to be that story? No. You can find a Mustang or something that's been sitting for 2-3 years. As long as it's something that you are reviving, bringing back to life, we want to see it go down the track. Maybe if this race blows up and gets big later on, we'll be a little more tight on the rules, but right now beggars can't be choosers. So we're going to take a look at this thing. You tell us what you think. All right, I was able to meet with this gentleman. He's showing me this thing. I didn't ask him what year it is. It's a Monte Carlo, and she is crispy. I mean, it's far gone. It's real far gone. I'll show you the inside. Like I said earlier, the car's been sitting for, you know, 20-25 years, so it's toast. But for the Barn Find 5000, I can't think of a more perfect vehicle. I don't know what all it'll take to get this thing working. I know it'll run. It's a small block Chevy. I know it'll run. So she'll need some tires, and I'm thinking as long as we had front brakes, I think it would be fine. It doesn't look like anything's been messed with, which is great. It looks complete, which is excellent. Nobody's been in there messing with stuff, hopping stuff up. It looks really good. Frame, who knows, and really who cares? It'll be fine for one race or 2 races. The biggest question to me, and that I'm least experienced about, would be brakes. All right, got to remember what all I've showed you guys, but he even has the key to this thing. So we tried to turn the motor over. Don't really have a camera guy or camera lady with me today, so I couldn't film that. The engine appears to be stuck, as we've seen on other channels such as Vice Grip Garage and other things. No big deal. We'll get it unstuck and we'll work on it. So I love this car. It's really cool. We'll see if we can work something out.
A few inches later.
In case you guys missed it, we got a 9-inch G-body rear end for the Cutlass, so I'll go show you guys. So there she is. We got this on Facebook Marketplace. I priced one of these at Quick Performance. With everything that's on it, it was well over $2,000. This is also a floater, so I'm pretty excited about it. Let's go over here and see Pearl. So on the agenda today, we might go get some front brakes for Pearl. Brakes are really bad in this car. Look, there's a Mustang. That's pretty neat. But anyway, might get some parts for Pearl, work on her a little bit. If not, I do have a 6.0 LS sitting in the shop that I don't really have an exact plan for, and it's real crusty. And I'd like to spray it off, maybe pressure wash it, take a look at it, see if it's any good, decide, are we gonna sell it? Are we gonna keep it and put it in Pearl, or what we're gonna do with it? So, I don't know. I'm winging it. We'll figure out what we wanna do. All right, I decided to fart around with this LS. I already pulled the wiring harness off of it. Already looks way better, but this thing is super crusty. I'm gonna try to get the headers off, intake off, tape everything up, and maybe pressure wash it and see what we got underneath. I also don't need any of this accessory stuff in the front. So we'll take all that off and see what we got, decide if I want to sell this thing or keep it or use it. I really don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a crustier engine than this. We definitely would not use these heads. These heads are junked.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's really bad.
That is bad. Sad.
Why is that? That shouldn't be rusted in there.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, if the valves are open, it'll bring. And if it's rusted, the cylinders are really rusted.
well, You're probably right. We'll keep looking at it. I'll keep dealing with it and tearing it apart, and if it, we'll just keep going and see how bad it is, and if it's too bad, we'll junk it and get it out of the way.
Cody gets you a good one.
Yeah, this one's pretty bad.
Yeah, get you one aluminum heads or something.
Yes, yeah.
6.0.
Yeah, because this one,
Fantastic engines.
this one might be too far gone, but that's bad. Look at that. It looks like a volcano lava.
No, that's not good.
Well, I might as well put the pressure washer to it then. I don't think I'm gonna hurt anything worse than it already is. All right, I'm gonna pull the head on this thing, and I think we're ready, but I'll take a peek and we'll determine whether we're just gonna sit this on the scrap pile or... Oh yeah, that's rough. That ain't good. Yep, that ain't good. Let me wipe my hands off. I'll take everybody in here.
Well, the head gasket wasn't burned.
Whatever that grinding is ruining my audio. All right, let's take a peek here. Not too bad, not too bad. That ain't good. What even is that in there? It's like...
Probably moisture. Made it rough.
Yep. You know what, I think it'll be fine. I'm just kidding, it's not fine. All right, on further inspection, Jackie come over here, rolled the motor over, and once you get the junk out of it, can you point that at that hole for a sec? Let's see. So, it's nice and free, but Jackie pointed out that the cylinder walls and everything really aren't bad. It just had a bunch of junk laying in there that had come out of the head. It's not pitted, and there's no ridges, and it actually feels really nice. So, the short block, here, I'll take it from you. The short block might be okay. We're gonna pull the valley pan off of it, see what that looks like, and if it doesn't look too bad, I'll drain the oil and roll it over, and we'll look at the bottom end, and it might be okay. We might just need a set of heads and an ECU and a million other things, but the short block might be okay. All right, same story on this side. Not looking good, but just like with the other side, I think this is just stuff that came out of the heads. At the top of that's not great, but it might be okay. And you know, it's a junkyard car, so I think it deserves, ow, a junkyard motor. But I'll clean this out, see what I can do with it, and see how it looks compared to the other side. Well guys, I don't know where I left off, but after talking to Brandon and Josh, I showed them pictures of the cylinder walls and everything, and they don't think this thing looks too bad. So I think we're gonna stick with it. This will be our first LS motor, so if we blow it up, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I also checked with Mountain Auto, and they have a couple LS's laying around, 6.0s. So if we do blow it up, we can replace it. But I got some gunk degreaser. I'm gonna spray this thing down and tear it down a little further and see what it looks like on the bottom end. All right, never in my life have I ever seen this amount of sludge on an engine. I sprayed this with some underground stuff under the table, backdoor stuff that Jackie had that works really good to degrease engines, and it knocked the top layer off, and there's still another ½ inch of stuff underneath it. I just don't understand what they did with this engine. It's like it was inside of a... Okay, welcome back. My GoPro battery died. It's just been one of them days, not gonna lie. Nothing's working. The oil plug on this engine had about 700 pounds of torque on it. Not sure why people do that. You don't have to do that. And right now I'm just dealing with this nasty sludgy mess, which is coating the entire engine. I've pressure washed it, I've sprayed it. Look at this. What is that? I don't understand how you make an engine look like that. Pressure washer wouldn't touch it. Degreaser won't touch it. Like, the engine looks okay on the inside. The outside is what makes me not want to mess with it. So, I don't know. I'll continue. Update. I'm still trying to tear stuff off this engine. Look at this. What even is that? Can somebody enlighten me? That's over an inch thick of just junk. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if this was out of a concrete truck or... But this doesn't look like necessarily concrete. It looks like mud. Just sludge and mud. But I have never seen such a buildup on an engine. Look at this. Watch this. I mean, that's no joke. That's an inch thick. Probably more. Somebody, look at this. Somebody look at this. Unreal. Look at this block. Someone help. I called Cody because every time I start cleaning this engine again, I get discouraged. And he didn't answer, but if he would have answered, I probably would just leave right now and go straight over to J&J's and pull that 6.0 out of that van. But like I said earlier, we're gonna work for this. I'm gonna learn, and if we don't use this motor, it'll be a spare block, but I'm probably gonna use it. I'll just keep on scraping. One scrape at a time.